Oh, oh my. I'm the chicken. Before I forget, because I'm gonna forget, I just looked up my coordinates. I'm at 1500 4000. We need to get home. I think we've spent the last however many videos. It's this way, I guess. Completely lost. And I think our house was just over here the whole time. Unless I misread that, I'm about to send us off into the middle of absolutely nowhere, which is very much possible. But anyway, I'm hopefully we just live sort of over this way, huh? Well, what a vast way to get back. Welcome back. How are you all doing? It's as always. It's been far too long. But I have excuses this time. I think I checked it. It's been something short of. I guess we live over this way. 4000 something 1500. Yeah, this should be right. I think. I didn't check if it was the negative coordinate, so maybe this is something we built. I don't know. But yeah, I've had a good excuse. I promise you. I've been up to all sorts of crap. Um, before I make myself too much more lost, I'm fairly certain. Didn't we have an episode where we went across the ice on like a grand adventure? I think that might have been this. There's a good chance that's this. But sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. Things have happened. I've had life events happening. So nigh on about 4 or so months ago was the last video, huh? And since then, yeah, let's see. I'd sort of restarted my career. That's still been going on. So that's good fun. If any of you are wondering, I'm enjoying my C++ life out there. I promise you, especially if my boss asks. But that aside, we started doing the process to get a house, and then we got a house. So we've spent the last few months going through that entire process, of which I'm sure is impeccably detailed, and it's very interesting to the wide world out there. But yeah, we've been getting acquainted with power tools and drilling holes in walls and SDS screwdrivers and all that beautiful, beautiful stuff, as well as all this other crap. I mean, yeah, I've been picking up other hobbies as well. I've been absolutely cracking on with my Warhammer painting. I occasionally post pictures here and there on Discord and socials and whatnot. I was pretty happy with a set of Adeptus Mechanicus dudes that I painted. I think we live this way. This way? Yeah, this way. Oh, that was my bad. I was really happy with that. I spent absolutely forever learning how to glaze reds just to cover the dudes in iron oxide, like pigment powder, which is very funny. I have a habit of doing that. I'll meticulously do something for like weeks and weeks and weeks just to cover it up in like a weathering process, like covering it in oils or something. And I've been experimenting with oil paints and all sorts of nonsense. That's good fun. I've been picking up my programming exercise again, Woho, my programming game. Some of you might have even seen the streams by now. That's been a hot bloody minute. Even from now, that was 8 months ago I was last working on it. And now we've blasted out like weeks of streams. This feels familiar, doesn't it? This feels kind of like we're reaching home. I wish there was a way to remember where you live. I suppose that's what a compass is meant to do. But I always thought compasses take you to like the world spawn, not your actual bed. If that's not true though, and it actually points to your bed, we should double check. We should definitely be taking that on adventures with us. But yeah, we're doing all that programming and building and fucking putting up curtains and stuff, all of that nonsense. Maybe you can hear the difference. I also got a new mixer, so if you want, you can listen to me using the reverb option, which is baked in, which is great fun. I didn't realize this either. My old mixer is 8 years old. It's like a super budget. Well, what was the only budget option at the time? It was a Behringer Q502 USB for all you audio heads out there. Behringer's not known for being like a super. It's not exactly a high-end audio company. They did a perfectly good job for the last number of years, but my mic always had these occasional hisses and bumps and spikes and scratches that I had to edit out, and I was getting a little sick of that. Plus, I think I've moved house with it and countries with it like 8 times, so that thing was a little busted up. Can't say I shipped it with the best of care. It was time for a small upgrade. I mean, this thing isn't massively expensive. Ever since streaming became like a mainstream hobby, stuff like mixers, you can just buy them on Amazon. They're super easy. There's a trillion of them. This one, I got 60 euros off this one because it was pre-owned, which is crazy. It's almost half price because of that, so that's fantastic bit of kit. Oh, fuck, it's Dong Mountain. There he is. Got the clouds piercing through. There's all sorts of jokes you can make about that. Come up with them yourselves and then talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it sounds better. Ideally, it shouldn't... Oh, lag spike. Ideally, it shouldn't sound massively different because I've tweaked the shit out of it to sound kind of similar to how it used to. But this one has a... is it DSP built in? Like, it has its own audio... That scared the shit out of me. I thought that was like a scary monster. Luckily, there's none of that in Minecraft. Oh, actually, before I forget, we should grab some sand. I feel like we never have enough sand for our glass adventures. So let's just quickly do that before we move on. I wanted to do some building today. I've got a wee bit of time before Chris gets back from work, so I wanted to just quickly pop out a Minecraft video. We have the odd person coming in here and there and saying, "Ah, what happened? Do you hate Minecraft? You haven't talked about it in 4 months." In reality, my post-COVID sense of time has completely disappeared. I don't know if you guys sort of have the same feeling, but like, I blink and it's autumn. When was it summer? We had like, it was hot for a bit, but I feel like we didn't have like blue skies and stuff. We just sort of had like, at least in the Netherlands, it was hot for a little bit, like a week, and now it's autumn. I guess it's early this year, but yeah. This year's absolutely just disappeared. I suppose we've been kept busy, right? I can go into some details on what we've been up to. I've always wanted to do DIY, but I've never been able to. So we've been cracking in. You might have seen on stream. If you haven't, just open any recent stream, or maybe the first one I did where I showed a webcam full screen. Or maybe I'll do one after this as well. But I put together a little office for myself. Designed it and then popped it all together. It's got shelves and cupboards and display cases and a little desk for my little Warhammer dudes and all sorts of cool stuff. Hopefully you can hear me over the game. I'm now aware that maybe the game music is a lot louder than me, so let's just bump that down just a little bit, just in case. There's something habitually, I used to do a lot of recording, so I'd get used to these sorts of things, but lately I've just been streaming, so I normally just bump desktop volume down really low, and I don't have to worry about not being heard. But now I'm just vitally aware that this might have been, yeah, but whatever. We put together all sorts of crap. Shelves, you guys need to know if you're ever going to do your own DIY work. There's like, I broke my diamond thing. I was yapping and I completely forgot what I was doing. It's amazing. Let's just do this for now. I was just talking, I completely lost track of time. See what I was talking about? If you want advice, if you're going to start doing your own home DIY, there's 2 tools you need, majorly. You'll need an electric, like, universal screwdriver / drill, like the one Bosch does. There's lots of other brands available, but we got a Bosch one, because that's what my granddad used, I think. I'd be wrong. You want that. You want to get yourself like a set of drill bits and screw bits. We got ours online super duper cheap. It just came with all sorts of bits. You'll want to get, almost certainly, if you want to drill into walls, you'll need to get a hammer drill, which is, it looks a bit like an Uzi, like the SMG, and those will take a different set of bits. You'll want one that takes SDS, which is sort of like a special locking type of bit. And if you're drilling into like concrete, like we've had to do, or like particularly hard things, you'll want to get the masonry bit. They sort of have like a spade on the end, and that'll basically do everything you need to do. I've also had to engage in the world of electronics lately, not in a sense that I want to electrocute myself, but rather that I don't want to. The house didn't have like light in any of the room, except for the cupboard for some reason. The cupboard had a light. But every other room I've had to install ceiling lights, and that was a new experience. Just like talking to people at work and them saying, that's scary. Not that scary, but them saying like, yeah, don't worry, you probably won't kill yourself, just shut the electronics off. Which I did, and I'm still here. Or at least my conscience is still here, so it's possible I died and went to a weird purgatory where I play Minecraft on YouTube. It's most likely that it worked out just fine. So yeah, check online for help, but you just shut off the electricity and you can bang around with the electronics as much as you want. The worst part is when you go to your local like DIY store and you say, hey, is this like light fitting on the ceiling going to be compatible with my house? And they say, yeah, it's fine. And what you mean by that is like you can't really drill into the ceiling. Yeah, it's made out of some fucking unobtainium shit, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to start drilling into the ceiling quite yet. That feels kind of final. What if I hit someone's pipes? So what they've done, the previous people at least, they ran some conduit into the ceiling, like some PVC pipe, and they have some holes there for screws to go into, but they're at a very specific distance. So we needed to get light fittings that would attach on there. Spoiler, by the way, IKEA does everything you need. Like, all of IKEA stuff is super good for lighting, for fitting onto stuff. It's very, very universal. But we were stupid and we chose to go to the hardware store. That shit was not compatible. They were like, you can use like a plate to make them fit. They didn't have the plate, and the thing itself wouldn't fit, so we had a choice of just hanging the lights on the ceiling with a single screw or just returning them, which we did in the end. But yeah, that's another piece of advice. If you want shit like lighting or like rugs, IKEA is still your best bet. We did, or at least Chris spent quite a long time researching carpets and stuff. They're very expensive. You go to IKEA, they're very cheap. And they do like 100% wool carpets, like proper nice stuff, for like a fraction of the cost of some of these other places. I'm wondering if I want to know how it's a fraction of the cost, if IKEA has something dodgy in its chain, or if it's just the fact that it uses about a third of the world's timber. Maybe it's just got a monopoly on wool or something. Which would be a good, like, if I ever become like a billionaire, monopoly on wool would be a pretty good tagline, so I'm gonna have to remember that one. Let's melt some of this, by the way. I wanted to do like a little, like at least one build today. I think it's nice to do at least like one build per video, right? That's loads of, we'll have infinite amount of glass for whatever activities we want. I was thinking of just doing something kind of basic today. Wood. This stuff is not wood. Decidedly not so. Stone and dirt. Let's try and do this properly, right? Do we have a sand one? We must have it. Natural. Thank you very much. I just wanted to do something nice, like a little farm or something. Something easy to get back into it. We spent so long just absolutely faffing around with getting lost in the wilderness, and we just got to get something done, right? This is fine. Let's go quickly check up on the farm, actually. Give ourselves some ideas. You know, occasionally, in my day-by-day, I think about this series, and I'm like, I've made like a lot of plans that I haven't really enacted yet. Do you remember, like, I guess it was a few episodes. If you're binging this is like a few episodes ago, but in real life, this was like years ago now. I mentioned like modding it to play like the Lake Hylia theme when you went to my little... Hello, lad. When you went to my little pond over there. Shit. Just never got around to doing that. Hang on, I can defeat you. You're weak, I'm strong. That's right. Throw that away. Let's see, let's grab some of these, and maybe we'll leave the hoe for now. I just wanted to build like a classic Minecraft beta wood and cobble and glass building, and put wheat in it, and maybe some picture frames, and just something cozy, something easy and normal. You'd look at that and think, wow, he's adjusted. This kind of guy, he knows what a mason bit is for. And indeed I do. Let's just grab some planks. Let's have a look. Okay, there's nothing much around here. I should be in my wood... Why is there a hole in my floor? Stop that. Okay, we might need to go out and grab some wood. Actually, maybe not. We'll grab this and this and... Oh, moss stone. Hang on, maybe we can make this special. We can keep a little bit of moss stone lying around. That's gorgeous. Give us some cobble. We got loads of that stuff. Give us some gravel. We should probably cook some smooth stone. That's always useful to have around. It'd be nice if there was a shortcut to the furnace room. I wonder how much time I've wasted just going up these bloody stairs. We should just cook some of this while we're waiting, because I'm not going to need all this fucking glass, am I? You can be a smooth stone, and you can as well if that's okay. So think about what you've done. Whenever you take something out of the furnace and quickly put it back in again, I always think about how I'm just wasting like a tick, a single tick. That's sad. Okay, I got some stone. I want to get some cobblestone as well. Get it back from that chest there. I'm just having a look. 10 bricks. Oh, glowstone is an absolute must for one of these things. We probably want to do something with trapdoors, I think. All right, this is looking good. Got some good materials, good quality materials, proper builders stuff. Probably take some dirt as well. Take some stone. All right, let's think about this, or rather, let's not think too hard about it. I think that's the best sort of builds you can do are ones that you just sort of start and just get cracking with. So let's just grab quickly a new shovel because I also broke mine. A lot of this game is just prep, I feel. And I kind of like the prep. Here we go. All right, let's pick a spot. What have you guys all been up to anyway? Meanwhile, I've been having all my adventures and drilling into things. What have you lot been up to? Give me an update. It's been a hot minute, I suppose. Oh, it's my fucking horse. It's the best horse you've ever seen. This one. Okay, where's a good spot? I think maybe this section here is sorely underutilized. So get out of here, crafting bench. We're gonna go crazy. You're a chicken. I'm gonna just pop down cobblestone. That's right, cobblestone. I can't believe it. You're not even turning it into special superstone? No, I'm not. I'm using this in its raw, unbridled form. Here we go. Nay, by the way. Here we go. Let's make it a cozy room. I'd like it to be uncomfortably small. Like everyone's first car. Here we go. Something like this. Alright. Yes. It needs to have pizzazz. And I don't know what pizzazz is, but I think we'll know when we see it. Something like this. And then yeah, it peers over the edge. I think you have to have like a section here where it just becomes like a special glass looking post, just like this. You have to be able to look at it and wonder, why on earth would someone design something like that? That's what makes it important, I think. So we're just going to have a nice, whatever this structure is called, line, I suppose. Yes, perfect. Perfect. And then we'll continue the stone like this. But we want it to be kind of a strange room. You really wonder, maybe this person's onto something, actually. Maybe they're like a secret genius and they just haven't been discovered yet. That's what I want you to think. Alright, that's perfect. And then on top of that, buddy, it's got to be glass. We have glass everywhere. This line here, pure glass. Do I want a single line at the top? Yeah. You got to leave this bit empty. That lets the pizzazz in. And then you occasionally want to have the odd little mossy cobble in the wall, I think. Just occasionally, just a hint. Just a little, much like my dinner today, I used just a little bit of MSG and quite a lot of honey. And I'm wondering, oh, why did that taste so good? Oh yeah, want a little bit of mossy cobblestone to just accentuate those flavors. Once they get to know each other and they start reviewing 100 different types of steak or whatever it is. Here we go. Perfect. That's looking cobbly. All right. Just broke a long glass with my shovel. That's right. And this line here can be perfect too. All right, that's looking good. I think we need to have a stream. There's no center. I hate this. There's a stream going down underneath, actually. We're going to have an... Can you have underground streams in this game, actually? Does that work? I don't remember how water spreads. Like, if I put a line of water here... Let's get a bucket of water, I guess. Let's do that quickly. If I put a line of water in here, will that hydrate these blocks? I have absolutely no idea. Let's go find out. We've got so many fucking sheep. Oh my word. You know what? When I make my Minecraft clone one day that's more popular than Minecraft when I become a trillionaire, and I go to live in the woods, I'm going to make it so if you don't shear sheep for long enough, their wool gets like stupidly big, and you can occasionally see them like tumbling around like a tumbleweed. I think that would really improve the game. Do I have any buckets? Oh, I've got iron. Let's go make ourselves an infinite pool. Hello? Yes, perfect. I think it's getting a little dark. I'm a little worried. We actually don't have an easily accessible infinite pool. Probably the first thing I should have built in this game was just like a well. But let's oh, don't leave me off to the side. Let's just build a little well quickly. Just something normal, you know? There you go. That's a well. Well, huh? Obviously wells are mossy at the bottom. We all know that. And then obviously wells need to have a sort of, I don't know, bit of birch around the edge. I think that's pretty... We all had wells like this, right? You have like a portrait of Saint Mary in here or something, or something like that. I don't know. I've only gone to Italy once. And it was nice. I really liked Italy. I'd love to go back. I really want to go to northern Italy. Northern. We went to Rome last time, as you would. Fantastic. Really, really good. Really enjoyed that. I think this time we got to go up north and drink a lot of wine. That sounds like something you'd do as an adult, right? You drink wine and stuff. Get little headaches as a little treat. You can have a headache if you like. Oh shit. Someone turned nighttime on. I think this is quite a typical looking well design. This is something you'd see in maybe George Orwell's books. Famed well creator. That's called absurdist humor, by the way. It's just a little treat for you. Obviously George Orwell wrote Animal Farm, a book about an animal farm. Nothing to do with wells and that. Wealth, maybe. Here we go. Okay. I've built a tremendous looking thing. You're welcome. Cover your eyes. Yes. Probably the best well I've ever seen. Obviously it needs to have a couple of well steps. That's very important. Perfect. I should probably start using that mod that I installed for no reason whatsoever. That lets me make stairs out of everything. I still don't really remember why I installed that. I've not made any use. I can make dirt stairs if I want. Can you believe that? Imagine having a length of stair made out of dirt. Weird. Alright. This one occasionally spawns like a nightmare, so just be careful if you're frightened. I've got my sword out, don't worry. Oh, fuck me. I hate you. Let's try again. This is what I do in the middle of the night. I wake up screaming, swinging my sword. You know what? Shit. Where are they coming from? Did I leave the front door open? There's definitely just like a million places monsters can spawn, right? Like every fucking where. Okay. Let's go and use the bed that works. Nothing's gonna kill me, I hope. I mean, you might. You're thinking about it. Luckily, Dong Mountain is a heavily fortified retreat. Helm's Deep is actually based on Dong Mountain, if you can believe it. Hence the name Helm's Deep. I don't think Tolkien was very original with that one. Come on. Did I really make it so I have to climb this fucking waterfall every time I want to go to bed? It's like my last house. Like, we had, like, several flights of stairs I had to reach just to get to my like, top floor where I put my PC. It had no airflow. Much like going up through a thing of water. And in the summer it would reach 400,000 degrees. And I'd go a little crazy and start Minecraft series and stuff. It's 2025. People want interesting new content. I don't know what that content is, by the way. I still use my sub feed, so I don't really get to see what most of YouTube's on. But I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's some kind of delicious slop of some kind. Here we go. Not sure how I feel about the word slop. I feel like it does perfectly describe like a lot of things these days, but I also feel like it's a little demeaning. I feel like I've seen people use it to describe like just about anything. And when it's used to describe like a creative endeavor, that's a little sad, I think. Unless people are just using it as the new version of core, where you'd say like, oh, that's dungeon core, where you see like a room that's like grey and has torches on it, you know? They'd say, oh, that's punk core, when like someone has spikes and they like guitars and stuff. I think people say slop, they're like, oh yeah, that's food slop, and you're feeding them like a delicious porridge or something, like yummy yummy. I love my food slop. Like, it just seems a little strange. I don't know how I feel about it, but then sometimes it does work perfectly. When you see like the rubbish being like thrown out by the big companies, you're like, oh yeah, that's company slop, delicious. Would you like a little bit of tree slop, my son? Yeah, he's wet himself. He was so excited. All right, let's get this show on the road, huh? One of you. Finally. It's only been 10 years, but I've finally got a relatable water source nearby. Excuse me, little sheep. I'm testing. I'm doing science. Please don't blow me up. I hear footsteps and I just imagine it's a creeper. Freaks me the shit out. Alright, that looks like a straight line. One of my favourite types of line. Here we go. My other favourite type of line is the one you get in like paint when you try and draw a curve, and it like a Bezier curve. And it gives you like 2 places to do the curve on, and you're like, I don't need 2 places for this curve. I'd just like it to be like a curved line. You know, you ever use that tool? Curve tool? No? Alright, let's just see. There's a very good chance that this doesn't hydrate. But there's also a very good chance that I'm maybe the world's best gamer, let's be honest. Check it out. Hydrated farms in a treat. They call this step farming. Here we go. Fantastic. Probably the best. Alright, here we go. Oh, I was going to say about the audio, by the way. You should also hear other things. Like, the room I'm in now is much, much smaller than where I was before. And it's padded with, like, I put a little rug on the floor. Or quite a big, like a room-sized rug, I guess. A carpet, almost. Generally, it's just, like, a much smaller space. So, the audio should sound properly muffled, if that makes sense. There shouldn't be as much reverb and echo and stuff. So hopefully the quality of the videos are going up. Something I'm hoping goes up over time. I'm actually not sure if that's true. I'd like to imagine I make better stuff over time, but then I look back and think, damn, I'm never going to produce 69 episodes of Breath of the Wild ever again, am I? Could you trust a guy like that? Here we go. I still haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog again, mind you. I need to get around to that. I'm too busy with all this other crap. Me trying to, like, develop my silly little indie game. Alright. Oh, I'm annoyed that I didn't put stone all the way down the sides. Let's just say that this is like... This is a feature, that random thin bit of dirt. Wait, why is there a sheep in here? Hang on, you shouldn't be in there. I need to make a fucking sheep hole. Hang on. Come out of there, little guy. Oh, you're fucking up my farm. Come here. Oh, God. Oh, wait, he got out of his own accord, actually. He's kind of chill, maybe. That's a good invitation to tell me that I should probably put a wall around the top of this, isn't it? Let's do it with the only material I know how to use. Wood. I'm going to put some wood here and here. And you know what? Here and here, too. I don't know how this is going to pull into the whole architecture of the place. Indeed. You're going to look skinnier than that if you hop in here, lad. Don't look at me like that. Obviously it's got to be one of these old things, you know what I mean? We need to go back and get more glass, actually, before the sheep jumps in. Anti-sheep fence. There needs to be a way to electrify stuff in this game. Stop that. Not like it... Oh, shit. Bar black sheep. That's the very small sheep right there. I'm just obsessed with gathering wool, because I know one day I'm going to be like, damn, I need to make like a Super Mario pixel art. And then I won't have to spend 3 episodes going on wool adventures. I can just maybe spend 1 or 2. There we go. Do you want some arrows? There you go. Okay. Let's go grab our glass. Where did I put it? I immediately forgot. This is not a very good sorting system. Perfect. And some glass stairs. You remember that classic part of Minecraft beta? The glass stairs, maybe? Maybe not. It's something I made up. It's not real. That icon you saw, it's fake. It's designed to confuse. Alright. I need to work out a way to put glowstone in the ceiling because I think it looks cool when you do that. What's a good way to do that? I can't think of a particularly good way other than just putting fences up. Oh, actually, hang on. How about replace some of the walls with glowstone? That could look kind of sick. I need a door anyway down here somewhere. You, make me a door. Thank you. Perfect. This is a good height for a door as well. It means I can fall onto the farm and maybe break something. Okay, here we go. This looks good. Does it not humiliate? What's the word? It doesn't humidify these, I guess. So this means that if I were to have a special whoosh, sweep coming down, that would actually successfully wash everything down here, wouldn't it? Maybe I'm very smart. I just need a way to have water come down. So maybe in this corner here, if I were to have a bucket, that doesn't quite... Well, hang on. Water doesn't break farmland. I swear it did. Maybe not. I mean, that kind of works. How about we have, like... I wasn't planning on automating this, by the way, but, you know, when you're in the Netherlands, do as the Dutch do, right? Let's play with some water. Excuse me, sir. An anti-sheep door there. What are you going to do, lad? Yeah, complain. I thought. Stifled mares. Alright, yeah, indeed. Let's pop a glowstone in the side here. That's what they used to do back in the day. I have a feeling that this isn't going to be bright enough to keep the plants happy, but I like it. So it's okay. It's also a little scuffed. And may I once again say, I kind of like it, so it's okay. Scuffed stuff is the best. You can't automate scuffed stuff. There's no general sludge of normalness that makes weird wonky stuff. Weird wonky stuff has to be thought up until they work out how to automate making weird wonky stuff, and then I'm out of a job again. Let's not think about that future. But now, let's have a sick, like, I guess we need to just use pistons. We could just keep this, like, simple as hell. Pistons are what? Like, we don't even need sticky pistons if we want to be super lazy. We can just use, like, the extended piston to hold back the water, right? You need, like, steel, stone, and wood. Steel. Iron. What game is this? I have a sticky piston. I don't think I have any regular pistons, do I? No. Let's just make, like, how wide are you? Like, I don't know, 6? 5 or 5? 6? I guess 6. Something like this. Oh, you need redstone as well, don't you? Let me just throw up all that stuff over there. Here we go. Redstone. Perfect. So it's, I mean, I don't really remember the recipe, but it's just something like this, right? Or this. You're smooth stone. You're like this. Is this not the recipe? Maybe it's, I think it's maybe the other way. Pistons have wood on the end. Or maybe it's cobblestone? Yeah, I mean, I knew it. Or I always knew that. I was never going to forget that one. That's a classic recipe right there. You remember that recipe? I've already forgotten it. So intuitive. I guess it's got wood on the end. That makes some sense, perhaps. Right. Suppose we want to have it in the outstretched position by default. So something like this. There you go. 6. Exactly 6. We need a way to run cobblestone, or we need to run redstone on it. So let's use stone for that, because stone goes with stone. We all know that. Fuck. What a waste. Something like this. We need redstone powering it by default. Does this power you? I have a feeling this doesn't power you. We need like 2 lines. Let's make a little thing to practice. Something like this. Does that work? Oh, it does work. Okay, hang on. I don't know why I thought you needed to actually have it going in. I mean, I don't think I have to over-optimize it. That just works, doesn't it? I have this habit in this game of just overdoing everything, and maybe just running a fucking lever to it does the job, you know? How on earth am I going to, you know, automate this machine? The mysterious piston powered by a lever and a single line of redstone. It's classic. Alright. So I guess I'm going to have water on top. We need to have a way that water doesn't go back over the redstone. You shouldn't be glass. No, you should be glass. I like it when machines show their innards. Not like in a freaky way. Maybe in a little freaky way, but you know, like old tech where it had like personality and shit. You could like see the inside of your N64 or your I mean, I didn't have an iMac, but you know the ones. I guess they were slightly transparent. There's like a lot of cool old tech where you can see the innards. I think there's like, was it like the Nothing phone or something had something like that? I don't fucking remember. I don't keep up with their stuff. Ever since it turns out that there's no good tech YouTubers, I just stopped keeping track. I'm sure there's some, right? But like, are there really? Are there any good ones? Maybe I'm the best tech YouTuber because I suggest that you just don't buy a new thing, and your old thing probably works fine. But that wouldn't make me a lot of ad revenue, I guess. I need to work on that one. How about use your old thing, but then replace it every now and then, just for fun. Like maybe Maybe your TV remote hasn't been updated in a while. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about your extended car insurance? Probably not. The sheep certainly doesn't have insurance. He's completely shirtless. Anyway, let's grab some more, what we do in glass. We have the mysterious glass chest here. And then a bunch of other crap. How did you get in here? Stop that. A little bit of wheat. I don't need that. Delicious Wheatos. Go in here. Delicious Wheatos, delicious Treatos. What a world we're living in. Let's... You can go on there. That's okay. I trust you. Little spider's making so many noises. But he's not going to put a line of glass on top of his pistons to stop flies and debris from getting in, is he? I thought. He's watching, though. He's a cheerful little lad. I've actually grown quite fond of house creatures. We got this little, like, scooper a little while ago that lets you, instead of, like, murdering little insects for fun, I don't know, I guess that's what you guys are up to these days. It lets you just scoop them up and put them outside safely, which is the exact same as using, like, a bit of paper to do that. You ever get, like, a glass and a bit of paper to like, let a spider out? It's that, but it's plastic, so it's better for the environment, I think. I've got to have glass on top of this, right? This feels like a glass kind of thing. Anyway, we got one of those, and I've been making so many friends with, like, the silverfish and the weevils. Like, whenever I see a little weevil, and I think, like, boom, 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 and it's just this tiny little thing the size of your thumb, and you just know he's up to something, climbing that wall. It's so small. There's been a little spider next to me. I don't know where he's gone. He was on the ceiling for, like, a few weeks, and now he's been on the wall for a few days, and I've just grown to really like him. He's staying, but the boom, 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 little weevils, they're getting scooped up and just sent outside, where it's probably safe for them, I think. That's what I tell myself. Same with the silverfish. I think the first time I saw a silverfish, it did freak me out a little bit, because I don't really remember seeing a lot of them in the UK. But they did freak me out a little bit, but I've grown to really like them. This device has like a freakish magnifying glass on it, so you can peer on your subjects and observe them in their most vulnerable state, which is, you know, trapped inside a piece of plastic. It's really nice, and you can look at the little silverfish. They wiggle their little antenna around, and they kind of remind me like dogs. You can tell they're just sort of sniffing. They're like, "What the fuck happened? I was on like a wall, and now what? What's this? Why am I in this? What's this giant eye staring at me from space?" All sorts of fun horror things going on. And they're just quite sweet. Sometimes you see them scampering around, and I just quite like them. So yeah, I've grown fond of weevils and silverfish, but don't tell anyone with crops. I'm pretty sure they're like pests or something. Like silverfish probably eat all your woolen clothes, which is not good. I mean, this looks fine, doesn't it? I think this looks pretty okay. I don't know why there's a hole here, but that's just fun. We've done that for fun. The wood also doesn't really add a lot. Plus, I've used 2 different types by accident mostly. And there's a hole on the end here, just so you can think about what you've done. All right, so here we go. Look, test number 1. Hooray! And then you let go. Holy shit. I've done a Minecraft. Hang on, we need to get our seeds in there quickly. I only bought 17 with me for some reason. I should probably make a way to walk around here without having to crouch walk. I don't really know what I'd do, though. I also thought earlier, and then forgot as I was doing it, I could put glowstone in the ceiling. That could be kind of fun. Just to have like a little bit more lighting in here. Like replace some of the glass. Don't know how that would look. This is nice. Let's go grab some more seeds and fully kit this place out. Yeah, I don't know the best way to get around here without just crouch walking. That's one thing, I might have complained about it in the past, but thinking about it, it was nice quality of life. In the newer game, you can just like run around on farmland. It doesn't care. It's rugged. It's survival of the fittest sort of seeds. This shit can get trampled on by sheep and men and women, and I think that's mostly it. Actually, that's all I can think about. But yeah, this stuff you like sneeze near it and it explodes. I should probably just put a slab here, honestly. Or like a nice stairs. Ooh, fancy. Now you can crouch walk down without jumping, huh? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this end here. I have a feeling that it's like lying about being hydrated or something. I feel like water, maybe it thinks it can do 5 blocks out, but in reality it can only do like 4, and it's just It lied on its like CV, and now it thinks that it's doing something it can't. But maybe it's chill. We'll give you a chance. Go on, try your best. I suppose I could always add more water. That could help. Like if I had a line down the side or something, that would increase the chance. I don't know. But wow, can you take a look at that? Truly, truly incredible. I've built a thing, and most likely, it probably works, let's be honest. I don't know if you can really screw something like this up. This is probably what redstone was made for, because I was actually thinking, like, how am I going to invert the signal? You just use a lever, that you can just save it in the off position. This just works. It's very simple, actually. And now we have a farm, and we can look at it, because I made it with glass. I did forget to use wooden planks, but let's pretend I didn't. This wasn't really what I had in mind, but you know that's also fine. I very rarely have stuff on mind anyway. I think I'm becoming stupid as I get older. Who the fuck built this? What? There isn't even a little glowstone in the corner. What are you thinking? It's gonna be crazy when I'm still playing this when I'm like 90 and I'm just getting confused. Like, oh, there's a horse there. At the start of every episode, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, it's the horse. What do you think? Did I ever do much with the shooting gallery, by the way? This place could use a little glowstone. We should go back to the Nether at some point. Someone, the fuck, DJ. Someone should remind me to do the Nether, and then we can get more glowstone. The best building material. Something like this. Now that looks friendly. Did I? Oh, this is DJ's running the shop. Hang on, let's get a piece of heart quickly. Yep. Perfect. Perfect shot every time. I don't think I realized that this cactus would really grow like that. I think I thought they would stop at some point. Maybe not. Again, we've kind of gone over this. I don't think about much. But yeah, this is looking good. This castle that was originally empty is now starting to have stuff in it. And some of this stuff even has utility, like one farm. Isn't that incredible? If you want, I could even build a second one at some point. Maybe not a third, though. That's going too far. But you know what? My social batteries ran out and I'm getting a little tired. And I'm also thinking about programming. And also Tommy wants to play Apex later. So I've got lots of stuff I need to do. And maybe I'll paint more of my Death Guard dudes. All sorts I've got to do. So I'm going to fuck off now. But I hope you enjoyed the video. It's nice to catch up. Please let me know how you're all getting on and pop into the stream every now and then and say hi and whatnot. And, you know, if you want Minecraft, just let me know. I do make these when I feel like it, which is why it's only every few months. But it's also nice to, you know that they're appreciated. It's very easy to forget that people think about you, but I think people think about me more than I think about. You get me? Maybe not. Well, on that note, I'm going to head off. Bye-bye. Good night. See ya. Bye-bye. Yes. Yeah, bye-bye.